We're going to sing Treue Liebe, which means true love. It's the first song we ever did in public. And since then we've been singing the German songs. It's a war song, evidently Germany had many wars. Germany and France fought a lot, I understand. And it's a soldier who is standing guard and he's missing his sweetheart. Okay. Steh ich in finstre Mitternacht, so einsam auf der stillen Wacht, dann denk ich an mein fernes Leben, ob mir's auch treu und hold verblieb. Dann denk ich an mein fernes Leben, ob mir's auch treu und hold verblieb. Als ich zu vorne fortgemisst, hat sie so herzlich mich gekisst, mit Bändern meinen Hut geschminkt und weinend mich ans Herz gedrückt. Mit Bändern meinen Hut geschminkt und weinend mich ans Herz gedrückt. Sie liebt mich noch, sie ist mir gut, drum bin ich froh und wohlgemut. Mein Herz schlägt warm in kalter Nacht, wenn es ans ferne Lieb gedacht. Mein Herz schlägt warm in kalter Nacht, wenn es ans ferne Lieb gedacht. Jetzt bei der Lampe milden Schein, gehst du wohl in dein Kämmerlein und schickst dein Nachtgebet zum Herrn, auch für den Liebsten in der Fern. Und schickst dein Nachtgebet zum Herrn, auch für den Liebsten in der Fern. This one is called Ewiger Wechsel, a most requested German song that we had, I think. When people got together or when they parted, this was sung. Es kann ja nicht immer so bleiben, hier unter dem wechselnden Mond. Es blieb eine Zeit unverwelket, was mit uns die Erde bewohnt. Es blieb eine Zeit unverwelket, was mit uns die Erde bewohnt. Wir sitzen so fröhlich beisammen und wir haben einander so lieb. Erheitern einander das Leben, ach, wenn es doch immer so blieb. Erheitern einander das Leben, ach, wenn es doch immer so blieb. Doch weil es nicht immer so bleibet, so haltet die Freude recht fest. Wer weiß denn, wie bald uns zerstreuet das Schicksal nach Ost und nach West. Wer ist denn wie bald uns zerstreuet. Das Schicksal nach Ost und nach West. Und sind wir auch fern voneinander, so bleiben die Herzen sich nah. Und alle, ja alle wird's freuen, wenn einem was Gutes geschah. Und alle, ja alle wird's freuen, wenn einem was Gutes geschah. All right, Julius and I lived west of New England, which is 40 miles from Dickinson, by the way. And we would sing at home. He would play the guitar and we'd sing together. I'd be cleaning strawberries. I had a big strawberry patch. And the children would listen, and then we'd go to English music, and one of the children said, "Sing the German music, that's nicer." So, all right, we joined the Germans from Russia, and Mr. Leroy Oberlander knew that we could sing the German songs. So when we had our first convention in Dickinson, and right offhand I can't say what year that was. Do you remember, Pa?
79, 78.
78, 79, 79 possibly.
Late 70s.
He convinced us to sing at that convention. And of course, from there it took off. We were asked to sing nursing homes, the assisted living places. We started out with first, and after that it got to be weddings and funerals and conventions, and we even were asked to go to Montana to sing for our 50th wedding anniversary, which we finally did with some coaxing.
Yeah, that was around 300, 400 miles away.
Right, yeah. And all over Dickinson, of course, and finally we received the Silver Spur recipient, 1985.
What is that?
The town would give a special.
It's an honor.
We've got it in there yet, yeah, to the persons who had made a contribution. Yeah. Okay. All right, this was at Evergreen Pioneer Haven. And we did this, just the two of us, just the two of us to begin with.
And that's one that went in the Dickinson Press.
Mm-hmm. One Sunday, we were asked to sing at the Heritage Festival in Bismarck. Well, no problem, we've sung before, but when we got down there, it was standing room only. They were out in the hallway.
There were hundreds of people.
Oh, Lord in heaven. So I got scared. I told the gal, Beata Mertz, I don't know if I can do this. Oh, just pretend you're alone. Easier said than done. So we got out there. The trouble was we were supposed to say something about each of the songs that we chose. Well, we went up there, and I thought we did a good job because we sure got a lot of applause. And the first song we sang was Die Bostoner Schlacht, which is the Boston War. And I said, I know we've got a Boston in the United States, but what in heaven's name does this refer to? Mr. Cloberdance was there, Timothy Cloberdance. I don't know, Father Sherman, I don't remember some of the other ones. Anyhow, I said the Germans and the French were always fighting. And at that time, this was one of the wars, Die Bostoner Schlacht. Surprising. Then we sang a silly one called Father Goes After Mother with the brush. Just a silly song. That brought the house down. Okay, so that was a big success for us.
With the brush,
We
and the North Fork.
Whatever, different things you would go after, yeah. We sang at the Glendive Oktoberfest for 7 years, and they finally discontinued it. I suppose the people that had done all the work finally had it. And a gal came from the West Coast, and she's going to revive this. So she called us, and Julius answered the phone, and she wanted to know what we called ourselves. Well, he said, he's Julius Miller, Julius like in Caesar. We get up there, and she had a big banner, the Caesar Singers. Funny. That was funny. Yeah. And we went to Wishick sometimes, I think a couple of times. What? Okay, this is I wish I could think of that other fellow at the Heritage Center. All right, no, it pertains to the singing, it pertains to that Silver Spur Award. Hollis Dietz, a highway patrolman, got an award. This lady got an award, so this is really a sideline, Prairie Outpost Park. We would entertain at the Ethnic Festival, and this little gal got up there and did her thing. I wish I had them in sequence now. See, then after that, it got to be a bit much, and we asked some friends of ours to join us, and we formed a small group, because we were supposed to sing at the Ethnic Festival at the college. They had it at the college the first year. And we got up there, it was so very hot that night. Our accordion player was just wet. But after we got done, Mr. Oberlander, that's the way German music should sound like, he said. Well, that was a big plus for us, yeah. The man that had been leading us before in the big group, he was an older man, and he insisted on doing things his way, so nobody was happy with him, yeah. So we formed this little group. Okay, and the St. Anthony Club, the Tiber brothers, of course, yeah.
That's when we got to, with the Tebers, they called us up and they want us to sing and put on an album, a record. And we didn't think we were good enough, and they convinced us that we should come down.
And I had just broken my hip at that time, and
we sang, we
yeah.
made a record. But the Germans from Russia did
sponsored it, yeah. Excellent musicians. They would ask us to sing a song once, twice, 3 times. Let's go, and we'd be ready to record.
Medora, what is it? In the Cowboy Hall of Fame.
Now, yes, in yesterday's paper. Yes.
Is this your group?
Okay. I don't know if I, yeah, okay. Philip Ducart, Julius and I. See, and we had some, these dropped out, we had them and didn't work out. And this, Joe Armbrust and Anna Mae, she passed away.
Yeah, this is a group.
Minnie and Harold Heather, he has passed away. And then we got Joe Harold. Later on, we'll get to some of the, yeah. Yeah, it was trial and error to begin with. I mean, there were some that were good at it and some not so good. Okay, this at the Ethnic Festival up at the church, we sang in there. We sang it in Bismarck.
First album we made with the Tebers, that was quite a success, financially speaking. We made a lot of money with that.
And then the next one, Julius and I did just the two of us, and Harvey Tiber told us that that's their best-selling record. There are a lot of German people in this area. Bismarck. It was not in sequence, Cassie. God darn it.
That's all right.
Bismarck.
Just go ahead and tell us about the picture.
Okay. At the nursing homes. Bismarck. Schnitzelbank. We had a lot of fun doing that thing, Schnitzelbank. Okay.
Where's this?
That is Harold and Minnie Heather, taken up by the Stonehouse. She's in the assisted living place and he's gone. And we were on the parades. I don't know how many parades we were in. Now see, then there was a big group first, Mr. Viesta.
What?
Viesta.
Who?
Ray.
Who card?
No.
Hmm?
The leader we used to have. It's crazy when you get old. I hate it, Cassie.
Thomas?
Thomas. Dang it, no, I'm old. Yeah. These are some later pictures taken in South Dakota at the convention. Here's Brother Placid doing his thing. Oh, I'm sorry here. Yeah. This gal here, this was in South Dakota at the convention, is from Germany originally. Her parents lived in Germany. In fact, they came out of Russia and went to Germany and then came over here. Some relatives had to vouch for them and they brought them over here. So they lived over here. It's their daughter. Those two are long gone too, yeah.
She was born in Germany.
Yeah. This is Marv Ekman from the society. He's
Treasure.
treasurer for many years. This is Bismarck. Okay, like I said, we were in the parades up at the Stonehouse, up at the park again. Different ethnic group, Norwegian, German, Dutch, Czech. This is Bowman County down there, okay? That one says, thank you for being you. We got thank you notes quite often. And I got some blank pages in case I get some more. We had to have a picture taken for the record. So we've got quite a few of them here. Oh, I can't remember where all of these were taken. Do you, Pa? No.
Can you tell me about these outfits your whole group is always
Well,
wearing?
I know some of the groups have beautiful costumes, but the Germans did not. I mean, our ethnic group, the Germans from Russia, there was nothing fancy. So I asked Mr. Cloberdance once, one of the fellows, this is what we put together as a uniform. You're right, he said. They didn't have anything fancy. It was either black or, he even had a little red, he said. But they had their black shawls, their black skirts, black dresses. Yeah.
Later on we changed it.
We did?
Yeah, we got that suspenders and the lederhosen.
Oh yeah, you got the lederhosen and the suspenders. This was when we first started. Bismarck, Montana. And this was, holy
Some kind of a celebration.
Toledo, a newspaper fellow. He was at the Dickinson Press and they took pictures.
These people here, they were some relatives of my sister's, in-laws. And we sang up there one time before. And then they called and wanted us to sing for their 50th anniversary. Well, we didn't want to go that far. It was 300-400 miles.
Roger,
They
Montana.
kept on calling. Finally, they offered us $500 if we'd come up and sing it.
So we went.
And when we went up there, and they furnished everything, room and board. It was
We
sleeping.
went.
And we only sang about 3 songs. That was a kind of disappointment.
Disappointing when you
money
can't
was-
sing a bunch. Okay. We used to have a group. These are Czech ladies when we would perform down at the German-Hungarian Club. Parades. Parade. Oh, we were on the Dairy Queen parade one year, and we got a Model A Jim Beam bottle filled with, you know what. Still have it.
You know, I was going to sell it. We could have had 90 bucks
Still
or
have it.
$100. Now we can't only get about 25. And you never
No
drank the
problem.
whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the people we met along the way, the shawls. Yeah, we used to wear the shawl. And when we'd work up at the ethnic festival, we tried to dress up, but it doesn't work so good anymore. Okay. This is a fellow that helps us sometime, Peter Hecker. Okay.
I started playing
That's the end of
in
that.
my teens with the guitar. And a neighbor boy, he had a button accordion. We used to play for parties and stuff. That's how I got started with the guitar. And then finally we, of course, started with her singing. That's where we got started. There's always a start.
It's still amazing that we went out there in public and did this. Never dreamt we'd be able to. Well, at first it was tough, yeah. But always got better and people enjoyed it. The nursing home up here, the first time we went up to the St. Benedict's, we walked in there and sang and people would cry. I said, what in the world are we doing here? My activity director said, oh, don't feel that way. It brings back memories for them. They're crying because memories, yeah. Aye. So that was always a worthwhile thing to do, to give the old people a little pleasure. And music in any language is good. Good for the elderly, good for us. But can you imagine these people coming over from Europe across the ocean and then having to learn a different language, singing their songs and keeping them alive all that long? Hard to believe. Yeah.
And on my mother's side, the ancestors, they get together and they just sing all night long. German songs.
See, and my dad died, so we didn't get together with the relatives, but I understand my aunts played the organ and they'd get together and sing. And my dad had a songbook written in Russian, of all things, beautiful handwriting, songs written down. I can't find it. I don't know if I gave it to my daughter. Like this old doctor said, of all the things I've lost in my lifetime, I miss my mind the most.
Mind.
I miss my mind the most. I do.